Hello, everyone. Heather here with another episode of What's the 411. And today we're going to be talking air fryers, how they work, and why you should consider getting one if you don't already own one. And this episode was inspired by my friend who came to me and said, I'd really like to get an air fryer, but I don't know anything about them and I don't know which one to get. And if that's you, this episode is especially for you because we're going to unpack air fryers. And right here today, I have my Elite 5.5 quart air fryer. And it's a good representation of a standard air fryer. So I thought this would be a good way to kind of orient you to air fryers if you've never owned one. And I'll say right off the bat, if you haven't seen a video by me before, I'm not going to be doing a cooking demo. There are plenty of great content creators who have done various cooking demos on air fryers, and they all basically work the same way. So, the first thing I'm going to do is orient you to my Elite here. And I know it's black, so you can't really see. And again, I'm not going to be turning this on, but just know that this is a beautiful LED screen that is very easy to read. And it's filled with a lot of standard presets, which are great. They're great go-tos for the standard things that a lot of people like to use air fryers for. Like, even though you can't see this right here, it has pictures of the food. Like the standard presets that it has are like for fries, steak, chicken, because a lot of people love to do hot wings and things of that nature. Um, Steak, seafood, cupcakes, because you actually also can bake in your air fryer, um, and veggies. And your presets are going to vary by model and size, but they're there. And what's great about them is that all the work is done for you. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, what temperature, what time. You just hit the picture of the French fries, stick your French fries in there, and it does the rest for you. Um, Now, most air fryers consist of an outer basket and an inner basket. I'll show you here. And this is your outer basket. This is your inner basket. It is your inner basket. That's where you actually place the food. And you can see that there's holes in there automatically. And that's so that the air can come up through. And they separate. Again, this is your inner basket, your outer basket. Now, I also, and you can buy these online, these I happen to get from Amazon, but these are liners for your air fryer. It just makes cleanup, I should say, after cookup a lot easier because it just keeps that nice and clean. And so this is your outer basket. Okay. Okay. And what you can't see, but is crucial to the actual way air fryers work, is that internally, built into the mechanics of this air fryer, is a fan. Okay. And it is that fan that is crucial to the cooking process. Now, you may be thinking, okay, Heather, you've shown me this nice little Elite here. How do they actually work? What is an actual air fryer? Well, in a nutshell, an air fryer is a miniature convection oven, because an air fryer works by circulating hot air quickly and evenly over your food, and that's how it cooks. The process of circulating that air is called convection, and it works just like a standard full size convection oven that you may have in your house, like I do. My standard oven in my kitchen is a convection oven. Okay, so literally think of an air fryer as a miniature convection oven because they both work the same way. Um, Having said that, recognizing that your air fryer is an oven, anything that you can cook in your oven, you can cook in your air fryer. But you need to take into consideration two things. One is that you must convert your standard full-size oven temperatures for your air fryer. What do I mean by that? I mean that if you normally in your oven cook your macaroni and cheese at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, if you want to cook that same macaroni and cheese in your air fryer, then you need to subtract 25 degrees. So if it normally is cooked at 375, then you want to cook it at 350. Okay? If it's normally cooked at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, you want to cook it at 375. Okay? Another thing that you need to consider in converting your recipe is that your air fryer is going to cook faster than your standard oven. So if you're debuting a recipe for the first time, doing a first time conversion from your standard oven to your air fryer, you may need to actually, check the progress of the cook to determine, what the best times are. And you can very easily do that because you can actually open this drawer while it's cooking and check. And then once you close it back up, it's just going to restart the cook from where it left off. So feel free to do that. Another thing that I would suggest as well is you can get on the market, there are great air fryer cookbooks like this one. This happens to be for the Power Air Fryer XL, but doesn't really matter because you can still use the timings and recipes for your air fryer. But it was actually designed for another brand of air fryer. But there are air fryer cookbooks available everywhere. Amazon is also a great place to kind of peruse and find books as well, but they're all over. And also, this particular air fryer came with a recipe book, which, if you've watched some of my other videos, you know how rare this is becoming. So you may still get lucky because there are still some out there that are still making them. But if not, cookbooks like this one that I showed you are not that expensive. And again, with some trial and error, you'll learn how it works and which which temperatures work well for you. And in the beginning, use the great presets because they'll teach you a lot. That's what I did. And then when I got, I felt really good, then I started buying books like this and branching out. But, because it's an oven, you can literally cook everything that you cook in your regular oven in your air fryer. And that brings me to another point. Now, there are a lot of companies that make cookware specifically designed for the air fryer, and they're great, don't get me wrong. But because it's an oven, any oven safe cookware that you own that can actually fit in your air fryer's inner basket, you can use in your air fryer as long as it's rated to the temperature that you're going to cook at. Like this happens to be um, a beautiful 1 quart Temptations square that I got from QVC, and it fits perfectly into my 5.5 quart air fryer. And I use this often. Sometimes I'll just make a little small vat of macaroni and cheese and air fry it up, and it works great. So you don't have to purchase separate cookware, although it's out there. You really don't have to. Hold on, let me just get the center right. There you go. You really don't have to. So just know that, hey, as long as you've got oven safe cookware that's rated to your air fryer, the temperature of your air fryer, you're good. Like that Temptations that I just stuck in there has a rating of 500 degrees, so it'll work. Most air fryers on the market, their top temperature is going to be 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You have some exceptions to that rule, because like there's a Cosori that I know of that's the top temperature is 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, and again, just remember that whatever you're cooking, you're going to convert the temps from your standard oven uh, by subtracting 25 degrees. So again, 425 becomes 400, so on and so forth. But you can go to town and cook anything you want in your air fryer. Another question that I get a lot, and one thing I like to advise is that if you're going to be cooking those foods that are most typically fried, like your French fries, onion rings, things of that nature, you want to spritz them with a little bit of oil. Now, I use an Evo sprayer. You don't have to use an Evo sprayer. Any sprayer will do, or you can just, you know, take a teaspoon and, you know, spoon it into the air fryer basket. But I like to spray it on because it gives me a nice even coat, and one spray will do. And the reason why you want to do that, you don't have to do that, but if you're doing French fries and, like I said, anything that you would normally like deep fry, or onion rings and things of that nature, just with a little bit of oil, it'll give your French fries and onion rings the same texture that you get if you had traditionally fried them in a whole deep fryer full of oil, without all the calories that come with frying in a fryer full of oil. So you get the same texture and crispy goodness with just one spray of oil, as opposed to just having your fries just sit in oil. And you also save the calories for not using all that oil. So I would highly recommend that. Also, if you are going to be making chicken wings for the big game, or just because you like chicken wings, you definitely want to sauce them after you have air fried them. Don't put on the sauce um, while they're raw, and then have it cook in the sauce. You get a much better experience if you sauce it after you have air fried it. Just some notes for you on that one, because the very first time I tried it, was just like, oh my God, no. I mean, it's still cooked, and it just, you want that, if you're looking for that, big game, great wings that you can get at those, sports bar places without paying the sports bar money. Just air fry your wings first and then sauce them. Okay. Um, Here are some other things that you need to know. Um, Size matters. Larger air fryers, although they work the same way as the smaller ones do, you may find, as I did when I upgraded from a smaller air fryer to a larger one, that it took a little longer to cook the same food I once did in my smaller one. And this is because, as I said, the air fryer cooks by circulating hot air around your food, and then, it cooks it quickly and evenly. So when you go from a smaller air fryer to a larger air fryer, okay, there's a larger surface area for that air to circulate. So it's not going to necessarily be a one for one, like if you say, okay, well, in my 2.2 quart air fryer, my hamburger cooked in 6 minutes. And so if I put it in this larger one, it's also going to cook in 6 minutes because it's the same food, right? That's what you would think. No, you don't want to just think that everything is going to cook in the same way. So you need to actually also consider, size as well as the wattage of the air fryer, because this one, like I said, it's a 5.5 quart and it's 1800 watts. So it, didn't cook at the same, it doesn't cook at the same rate as my older, or smaller air fryer did. Okay. So just keep that in mind. That's not a bad thing. It's just, once you recognize how air fryers actually work, um, you know, it's very easy to think, okay, well, in this particular model, it only took 6 minutes. It doesn't necessarily correlate that way. Okay. So just, take the time to learn how the new air fryer or your model works. Because even though they cook the same way, they don't all necessarily take the same time because of, again, the nature of the way the air fryers actually cook. Okay. So why should you consider an air fryer? Well, if you love fried foods like I do, but you'd like to forego all the extra calories added to your food by cooking it in oil, in large amounts of oil, this is a great appliance for you. Because, like I said earlier, you can get the same delicious fried food taste without all the calories added from fried food oil. Okay. And also, if you want a healthy way to cook your food for your family without heating up your whole house by turning on your conventional oven, this is a great unit for you to consider. Or even if you have a small household, maybe it's only you're only cooking for yourself, or maybe one other person, or if you're maybe downsizing, maybe you live in an RV, a full time, or even a tiny home. This is great because, like I said, you can cook everything that you can cook in your oven in your air fryer. Okay. Now, in terms of cost, air fryers run the gamut in terms of sizing and price. Okay. So, just to give you an idea, this 5.5 quart Elite air fryer I bought in 2020. Okay. And it was $98.88, just to give you an idea. That was in 2020. Okay. At the time of this recording, I went on Amazon, just to give you an idea. The smallest air fryer I found was a 2 quart by Kasori, and it was being offered on Amazon at the time for $39.99, a 2 quart. Okay. Ninja offers a 6 quart dual zone, meaning you get two of these baskets that can work independently of each other. So you can cook like two things at the same time. Um, and that 6 quart model, 6 quart dual zone model, offered on Amazon at $179.99. Okay. And then there's also air fryer ovens, which I can correlate to the size of a standard stovetop microwave. Um, I found one for $239, and there was every price in between. Okay, so it really pays to do some comparison shopping and consider the size and presets and other things that the air fryer offers that are important to you. But just know that there is an air fryer in every size, for every size and every budget. So if you're interested, you know, definitely, take a look, consider them. Um, I've loved mine. I actually own three of them. So that's the 411.